Now, even as there's been hectic parlays over the WAQF Bill in Delhi, now there has in fact been reports that suggest in Karnataka that again WAQF Board has swallowed a whole lot of farmers' property. This story comes in from Karnataka's Vijayapura, where farmers claim about 1,500 acres of their land has been claimed by the WAQF Board, and they've claimed that this is a conspiracy. It's a bolt out of the blue. There was no heads up given whatsoever, and suddenly now the WAQF Board has claimed that this is their land. The farmers now also have met with BJP MP Tejasvi Surya demanding that the central government take cognizance of their issues. They've also raised this with the Siddaramaiah government, which so far hasn't acted on their complaint. BJP MP Tejasvi Surya, speaking out on this, has claimed that this is Congress's vote bank politics, and so they will not crack the whip on the WAQF Board. Even as there's a raging debate over the WAQF Bill, you've got one more incident of the WAQF Board reportedly going ahead and swallowing 1,500 acres of land belonging to farmers in Karnataka's Vijayapura.
Thousands of acres of lands have now been registered in the name of the WAQF Board. And this is happening all across Karnataka. And this entire problem is a creation of the WAQF Act, wherein the Congress governments in both 1995 and 2013 gave unbridled powers to the WAQF Board, and to also adjudicate upon it through the WAQF Tribunal, whose decision is final and whose decision cannot be appealed, and giving it powers of removal of encroachment under Section 54.
Tejasvi Surya is a lawyer. He should not be speaking like this. There is an act which governs how the property becomes a WAQF property. There is a process provided under the WAQF Act. It's a legal process. No such thing has happened. The way he is projecting it. Every time there is some kind of electoral or elections, they come up with these kind of divisive statements. Nothing will be backed by documents. Nothing will be backed by any legality. There is absolutely no sanctity to such statements. People should not fall prey to such dirty politics.
All right, let's take this across to Sagaraj, who's joining us live from Bengaluru with more details on this. Sagar, these farmers claim that out of the blue, the WAQF Board has come forward and claimed their land as their own. Is that really the case? Is there no documents whatsoever that shows who the true owner of this land is?
So if you notice that Tejasvi Surya alleged that there are enough documents to prove that those lands belong to all these farmers, and especially when the government of Congress, when it was in power in 2008 and 2013, especially is alleging that Minority Minister Zamir Ahmad Khan is a master behind this particular land which has been encroached by WAQF. And he also claims that all these farmers are suffering and they have to get justice, and it is all because of the law and WAQF Board norms which has allowed them to encroach 1,500 acres of land in Vijayapura, and he is crying foul in this entire encroachment of the government, and he claims that it is the Congress government behind these kind of taking away farmers' land for so many years. So he had demanded justice, and even the farmers were present during this particular press conference, and even they spoke to media and said that those land belongs to their ancestors, their grandfathers, and everybody who have been cultivating crops on those land. But now it has been taken over by the government, and there are few people from the government who are mastermind behind this.
What has the state government said so far on this, Sagai? Has there been any reaction? Because we also hear that this farmer delegation met with the representatives of the Siddaramaiah government.
So we spoke to the legal advisor for Karnataka government, Ponnana. He has categorically mentioned that Tejasvi Surya makes these kind of statement whenever there is election. Now there is bipolar election in the state of Karnataka, and there are also elections which is happening in many parts of India. So keeping all these things in mind, he wants to do divisive politics, and that is the reason he is making these kind of statement. And he has also requested people not to fall prey for this, because he said that Tejasvi Surya is also a lawyer.
So let's get in a reaction.
And
Sagai, thank you very much for joining us. But Karnataka. It tells us really how the Congress has chosen to respond to this. Mr. S. Prakash of the Karnataka BJP is with us on this broadcast. Mr. Prakash, the Congress, the Siddaramaiah government is saying this is a manufactured controversy by the BJP resorting to divisive politics. Your response?
No, it is the villagers who have complained that they have received a notice that they find that their land belongs to the WAQF property, and they have expressed their anxiety and grief over the matter. How could the BJP manufacture it? If it is BJP manufactured, they have their own government in the state. They should have exposed it. Now the farmers are genuinely expressing their concern over the claim of their land by the WAQF property. Definitely, it needs to be looked into, and this is a very dangerous precedent. Anyone can claim any land which it will belong to WAQF property. The other day, somebody was saying that even without the land where Vidhan Sabha and Vikas Sabha is constructed belongs to WAQF property. When the government seat of power is not exempted, the poor farmers' property, will they exempt it? It is definitely an alarming situation. The government should address it properly.
The onus, however, Mr. Prakash, many would argue, is with the BJP, with the central government on the issue of these kind of sweeping powers of the WAQF board, not with the state.
No, WAQF amendment is meant only to discourage this kind of claim by the several WAQF committees. And it is the responsibility of the Congress party to support the bill and ensure that it is passed with the overwhelming majority in the parliament. Then it solves all those problems. Will they come forward to say that they will support the bill?
Okay. Mr. Prakash, thank you very much for joining us with your view on this. The BJP also demanding that the Congress now back the WAQF amendment bill to ensure that these kind of incidents don't happen. We've reported on many such incidents, including one in Tamil Nadu where the WAQF board swallowed an entire village. Now 1,500 acres of land in Karnataka's Vijayapura is being claimed by the WAQF board. And these farmers claim that out of the blue, a few weeks ago, they got this notice saying this land doesn't belong to you. And they're now besieging the centre, besieging the state government to step in and help them immediately. Now, we got you a reaction from the legal advisor to the Karnataka government who rubbished all of this and said it's a political conspiracy. But we also put forward this question to another Siddaramaiah minister, who's the urban development minister. He refused to comment on this issue.
Today, Tejasvi Surya held a press conference and said that some of the farmers from Vijayapura are saying that their lands are being taken away, saying that it's a WAQF land. He's also asked...
he's also saying that the Congress want to convert India into a Pakistan or what, or a state government, how it is.
Tejasvi Surya, I don't want to comment about that.
All right, let's switch over now to all the latest updates coming in from poll-bound Maharashtra. The biggest headline is the battle for Worli right now. As the candidates now, it's clear, will be Aditya Thackeray versus Milind Deora. The two big urban faces of Mumbai set to fight it out for prestige, set to fight it out for Worli. Now, while Aditya Thackeray has also filed his nomination, there was a lot of speculation on who the Mahayuti will go ahead and field. Now, the confirmation has come in with a post by Milind Deora himself, thanking Eknath Shinde, confirming that he is going to be challenging Aditya Thackeray in his bastion in Worli. Let's play out for you what Aditya Thackeray has said while he's been on the campaign trail today.
ये जो लड़ाई है, जो चुनाव है, वो महाराष्ट्र प्रेमी वर्सेस महाराष्ट्र द्रोही, ये लड़ाई है। पिछले 2 साल में आपने देखा होगा तो एकनाथ शिंदे ने और बीजेपी ने महाराष्ट्र को जो लूटा है, वो लूट रोकने के लिए लड़ रहे हैं। ये जो लड़ाई है, जो चुनाव है, वो महाराष्ट्र प्रेमी वर्सेस महाराष्ट्र द्रोही, ये लड़ाई है। पिछले 2 साल में आपने देखा होगा तो एकनाथ शिंदे ने और बीजेपी ने महाराष्ट्र को जो लूटा है, वो लूट रोकने के लिए लड़ रहे हैं।
Okay, so Aditya Thackeray, they're not really commenting directly on the Worli battle, but expressing confidence that in Maharashtra, they will ensure the defeat of Eknath Shinde of the Mahayuti. But this is a battle that is going to be very, very interesting. Two very popular Mumbaikars, two very popular urban faces now fighting it out for prestige in the Worli seat. And Eknath Shinde has gone ahead and fielded Milind Deora. So that makes this battle very, very interesting because you will be seeing both of these faces who raised a number of issues, who are known, of course, to be in the midst of the heart of Mumbai politics, taking on each other now in Worli. Of course, for Aditya Thackeray, he will have to ensure that he retains the seat. Now, with Milind Deora being thrown into the fray, what really does this mean for Aditya Thackeray? Is it going to be a tough challenge for him, or will it be a walk in the park? Let's bring in Mustafa Sheikh to discuss this further. Mustafa, good evening. Everyone's now going to be talking about the big Worli battle in Mumbai. What really was the Eknath Shinde or the Mahayuti's thinking behind fielding Milind Deora? Why do they believe that he can ensure a strong challenge for Aditya Thackeray in Worli?
Well, Aditya fought his first election in 2019, and it was an easy election because there was not much of an opposition at that point. And now in 2024, the Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena was looking for a clean face, for an urban face, for a face which can appeal to the fishermen of the Worli and also the affluent people of Worli. Milind Deora has been two-time member of parliament from South Mumbai seat, which is known as a goldfish constituency of Mumbai. So he has had to deal with the areas of Mumbai Devi, the Malabar Hill, Nepean Sea Road. So he has had that experience. Now Milind Deora has been a person who has always been in Delhi politics. He is now a Rajya Sabha member of parliament from the Shiv Sena. So one can, as of now, say that there was no candidate available against Aditya Thackeray, and hence Milind Deora has been approached. But it has made the fight interesting, as you were saying rightly that, for example, a young leader like Aditya Thackeray also raises issues of environment and a lot of urban policy-related issues, which Milind Deora is also an expert in. He was doing it at the Delhi level, and now if he contests the Worli seat as it's being talked about, then it will be a tough fight, and to see whether the people of Worli decide and go with Aditya Thackeray's vision of Mumbai or with Milind Deora's vision of Worli. And there are a lot of things happening in Worli, the redevelopment projects and the rising, the dilapidated Koliwada areas of the fishermen housing system. So there are a lot of people who are looking to a lot of solutions in this area. They have got two candidates now. We'll have to wait and see how they react to it. And also, Maharashtra Navnirman Sena can play a very interesting role in this election. They have also given a candidate called Sandeep Deshpande. So there will be Marathi Asmita, Marathi Manus versus the visionary vision leadership. We'll have to see what the people of Worli decide for. Back to you.
All right, Mustafa, do stay on with us. The Worli battle going to be very, very interesting to watch out for the reasons that Mustafa just told you about. 2019, it was a clear walk in the park for Aditya Thackeray, not a challenge at all. This time, however, in Worli, it's going to be a very, very interesting battle because you see Aditya Thackeray and Milind Deora essentially raise the same pitch of speaking about urban issues, and that's why you're going to be seeing a very interesting battle play out in Worli. But even as now, with some details coming out of which ticket goes to whom, let's tell you about some of the battles to watch out for besides Worli. Another interesting one is playing out in Mahim as well. And why is that? Because you have Mahesh Sawant of the Uddhav Sena squaring off against Amit Thackeray of the MNS, Raj Thakray's son. So that's going to be an interesting battle in Mahim of Mumbai. Let's tell you also about neighbouring Thane, where you have Kopri Pachpakhadi. That's where, of course, Eknath Shinde is fielded. This is his bastion. Thane is his area. So he is, of course, fighting from this seat. But it's interesting who he's squaring off against. Kedar Dege, Uddhav Sena, is his political mentor, his guru's son. So here too, it will be very, very interesting to see who really emerges toppled. But of course, for Eknath Shinde, it's not just about this seat, but ensuring Thane and then, of course, ensuring the whole of Maharashtra as well. Let's tell you about Baramati, the bastion of the NCP. Here you're going to be seeing, in fact, the Pawar square off. Ajit Pawar against Yogendra Pawar. So this is going to be a direct Pawar contest, much like what we've been seeing as far as the family feud across Maharashtra is concerned. Let's tell you also about Prithviraj Chavan of the Congress, veteran, former chief minister, squaring off against Atul Bhosle of the BJP. This is 8 Karad South. These are so far the 5 seats that we should watch out for in Maharashtra. Obviously, that list will get longer as more and more names are announced, but these are a few to most definitely watch out for. And let's tell you really at this point about all that's happened in Maharashtra in the last 24 hours. Mahayuti and the Mahavikas Aghadi. Hectic parlays continue over who gets how much, what are the seats distribution like, but also more and more announcements being made about some of the big seats and the big names contesting. For example, Zeeshan Siddique today has in fact dumped the Congress and joined the Mahayuti. Joining Ajit Pawar's NCP, officially he's going to be fighting for Bandra East. Let's get you some of those reactions.
ये सही है कि मेरा छठवां चुनाव है, लेकिन जैसे पिछले 5 चुनाव में मेरे साथ जनता का भी आशीर्वाद था, माताजी का भी आशीर्वाद था, ऐसे ही इस समय भी वो आशीर्वाद रहेगा और बहुत अच्छे वोटों से मैं चुनकर आऊंगा।
बात ऐसी है कि मुख्यमंत्री का हाईकमांड जो है, उनके पास जो शिवसेना बची है, वो शिवसेना का हाईकमांड होता है दिल्ली में, अमित शाह जी के घर पर। हाँ, जब हमारी शिवसेना है ओरिजिनल बाला साहब ठाकरे जी की, उनको कभी सीट शेयरिंग के लिए दिल्ली में जाने की नौबत नहीं आई। उस वक्त प्रमोद महाजन जी, गोपीनाथ राव मुंडे जी या लालकृष्ण आडवाणी साहब मुंबई में आते थे, बाला साहब ठाकरे जी के साथ, उद्धव जी के साथ बैठकर पूरा सीटों का बंटवारा होता था।
Zeeshan Siddique, who's just joined the NCP, why did you suddenly decide on joining the NCP of the Ajit Pawar faction?
See, it's in these tough times, everyone knows the tough times me and my family are going through, and in these tough times I'm very thankful to Ajit Dada, Praful ji, Sunil Tatkare ji for believing in me and instilling the faith in me to contest from Bandra East, and I'm sure that the people of Bandra East will give me another chance, and needless to say that they're all with me. I'm sure my father, Mr. Baba Siddique ji, is looking at me from above and is going to give me the strength to contest these elections and win these elections.
But when your father had joined, even when you had not joined, so why did you suddenly decide on leaving Congress and joining it?
The Maha-Vikas Aghadi is known to play games, and even in these tough times, all they've done is play games, and the people will give a result.
So after the Maha-Vikas Aghadi came up with the 85 formula, 85 plus 85 plus 85 for the Congress, the Uddhav Sena and the NCP Sharad Pawar faction, they kept 10 seats for other allies also part of this alliance. The Samajwadi Party, however, is driving a hard bargain, much like in UP. Now in Maharashtra also, they're seeking their slice of the seat pie. Now, they've been in talks with Sharad Pawar, and clearly the Samajwadi Party is unhappy. They want 5 seats. That's not something the Aghadi is willing to give them. So now an ultimatum has been given by the Samajwadi Party to their allies, saying give us 5 seats or we'll fight solo on 25 seats. Let's get you that reaction. It's the Samajwadi Party now driving a hard bargain in Maharashtra, saying give us 5 seats, which is something allies are not willing to do. So they're saying that they will either go ahead and fight solo, in which case they'll fight in 25 seats, or they will ask for 5 seats. Arm twisting tactics here, even a deadline being issued saying till tomorrow afternoon we'll wait, or we'll go ahead and announce that we're going solo.
मैं वही सीटें मांग रहा हूं जो महायुति में जितने भी हमारे एलाइज हैं उनकी सीटें, नई सीटिंग है, वही सीटें मांग रहा हूं। और मैं गारंटी से कह रहा हूं कि अगर मेरी 5 सीटें जो मैंने पक्की किया है वो अगर समाजवादी को मिलेगी तो महाविकास अघाड़ी के 5 एमएलए बढ़ेंगे, और उसमें अगर आपने थोड़ा खुर्द-बुर्द किया ना तो 5 आपके एमएलए और कम होने वाले हैं। कल दोपहर तक नहीं मानेंगे, नहीं करेंगे तो मैं 25 सीटें लड़ाऊंगा। मैं कोई इनको किसी को डरा नहीं रहा हूं, किसी को होल नहीं दे रहा हूं। मैं एक राजनीतिक पार्टी हूं और मैं इस देश की तीसरी पार्टी हूं, तीसरे नंबर की पार्टी हूं। मुझे पूरी की पूरी लड़ाने का हक है।
अखिलेश जी ने से आपने उनको ब्रीफ किया है महाराष्ट्र की स्थिति के ऊपर, क्या कहना?
उन्होंने कहा बस अबू आसिम तुम मालिक वहां, तुमको जो ठीक लगे करो।
All right, let's bring in Mustafa Sheikh again on this. Mustafa, interestingly, the Samajwadi Party now is also pushing hard, saying give us 5 seats. What really is the stalemate about? How much are their allies willing to give them?
Well, the problem with Mahavikas Aghadi at this stage seems to be is that the 3 big alliance partners in them, which is Congress, Shiv Sena, UBT and NCP Sharad Pawar, were not able to reach a consensus on their seats which they want to fight in time. Within 2 days, 2 working days, the last date of filing nominations for the assembly election is ending. So everybody is getting desperate now, and the India Alliance partners, you have the left parties in the India Alliance in Maharashtra, you have Samajwadi Party which has 2 sitting MLAs. So they are now saying is that we are demanding these 5 seats, 2 are sitting seats, 3 are these 3 are seats which have a lot of Muslim population like the Dhule seat, Bhiwandi and Malegaon. These are the seats they are asking for. If you don't give us the 5 seat what we deserve, then we will fight, and we will not only fight on 5 seats, we'll fight on 25. So it's a pressure tactic. Now, the Delhi, Maharashtra Congress leaders are in Delhi. Sharad Pawar has said that the seats you are asking for are what Shiv Sena and the Congress. So if they take time, the three major alliance partners, they have themselves not been able to reach a consensus of which seats they'll be fighting. The India alliance partners are surely either they'll take this path of fighting independently other than the India alliance, or they will make this compromise of whatever MVA leaders is giving to them, they'll take it. So it's a tough talk. In the coming 2 days, it will be a decisive thing for the Mahavikas Aghadi, for the India alliance in Maharashtra. Back to you.
Mustafa, thank you very much for getting us those updates. Let's cut across to more breaking news coming in. So the Congress Election Committee meeting is underway in Maharashtra. We're hearing that about 40 seats are being discussed about who will get what. The second list is likely to be released tonight as well. Is the Congress also going to look into bagging more seats? Because remember, there's a big question mark over who will get about 23 seats between the Congress, the Uddhav Sena and the NCP Sharad Pawar faction. The Congress has been aiming to get about 105 seats. So far they have 85. But right now on the agenda is dialogue to ensure and to figure out who gets which ticket right now. So 40 seats are being discussed right now. Okay, let's also bring in Rahul Gautam on this broadcast. Rahul, take us through what's really on the agenda of this meet that's underway. We understand there will be some sort of finality on 40 seats, but is the Congress also going to be pushing their allies to get more seats? Apologies, don't think we have Rahul with us. We'll go across to him in just a while and get you all of those details of what's really playing out in the Congress meet. What we're about to show you now over the next few minutes is an eye-opening expose on the ghee that you have in your home. For example, this packet that I'm holding, most of you have this in your home. It's the most reputed Amul ghee. It's got branding written all over saying pure ghee. But you'll be shocked to know that this is actually fake, based on our expose. So how do you tell if what you have at home is pure ghee or adulterated completely? Now, we travelled to the ghee manufacturing hub. This is in Hathras of Uttar Pradesh. And that's where we found that some of the most reputed brands are being misused. They use the same packaging to go ahead and sell adulterated ghee at much lesser prices. Take a look at this report.
Our special investigation team posed as retail shopkeepers from Delhi who wanted to buy ghee in bulk ahead of the festival season. Through a chain of contacts, we met Vishnu Vashne, a bulk supplier of ghee. Vishnu assured us that he could package the ghee in duplicate cartons of most well-known brands.
अमूल का चाहिए, अमूल का 3 मिल जाएगा। ठीक है, क्या रेट लगेगा भाई साहब? भैया डब्बा लगेगा आपको 240 रुपये 1 किलो का। 1 किलो का 240।
For 240 rupees, Vishnu was giving us a kilogram of ghee in the name of a reputed Indian brand, whereas a standard ghee brand normally sells for over 600 rupees a kilo. What drives people like Vishnu and their well-oiled business is the fact that the ghee industry in India is worth over 3 lakh crore rupees, and the profit margins are huge. Vishnu refused to tell us how or where he manufactured his ghee, but he went inside his house and brought us a sample to inspect.
बढ़िया दानेदार है तो आपके दाने हाँ ठीक है। तो पैक नहीं है क्या आपके पास? पैक नहीं है क्या? पैकिंग देखना है मैंने सर, मैं तो पैकिंग का होता है सर। कैसी बात कर रहे हैं सर? मैं तो पैकिंग का होता है ना, तो पैकिंग तो फोटो दिखा देंगे।
It looks like ghee, it smells like ghee, but what Vishnu is selling is basically a combination of hydrogenated vegetable oil and refined oil spiked with the essence of desi ghee. Now hear the ghee making formula from his mouth.
क्या मिला रहे इसमें भी? रिफाइंड और डालडा क्या भी है? रिफाइंड डालडा भी है। हाँ? रिफाइंड और डालडा भी बनता है। फॉर्च्यून जेमनी में। हाँ? फॉर्च्यून जेमनी।
Sensing that we liked his ghee sample, Vishnu relented and showed us the duplicate Amul cartons used for packaging his brand of ghee. We asked if he had samples of other famous brands. He said, not at the moment, but they could be arranged.
मिल जाएगा आपको चाहिए तो है ना मिल जाएगा मुझे चाहिए मिल जाएगा मिलेगा इसकी चेकिंग में स्टेट का भी मिलेगा इसमें डिब्बी वगैरह में कुछ नहीं है तीन के डिब्बी में नहीं मिलेगा केवल जो चीज आपके सामने चाहिए वो मिलेगा इसमें मिलेगा.
So you saw Vishnu claiming that he can pack the ghee in other branded cartons also. But is this not cheating the public, selling duplicate ghee? Vishnu says he's very clear about what he's selling. Just hear his logic.
ये है नकली, हम लोग मैंने डुप्लीकेट बोले. हम तो सीधा ही जानते हैं, हम तो डालडा रिफाइंड बेच रहे हैं. हाँ डालडा रिफाइंड है. हाँ वहाँ जैसी घी डालडा रिफाइंड बेच रहे हैं. लेकिन हम ये बोल के नहीं बेच सकते ना. आप बोल नहीं सकते, आप पूरे हम आपको क्या बोल सकते हैं केवल. हाँ हम आपको क्या बोल सकते हैं केवल. इसमें देसी घी थोड़ा भी नहीं रहता है क्या? हाँ 1% भी नहीं.
You heard that clearly. There's not even 1% real ghee in the adulterated product that Vishnu is selling in branded cartons. So the next time you're out shopping for ghee at your neighboring Kirana store, watch out for the fake ghee in branded packaging. With Abhishek Kumar, Bureau Report, India Today.
It's hard to really tell the difference because you've got all of these makers putting it in branded cartons. So are you buying real ghee? Are you buying fake adulterated ghee? Impossible to tell unless authorities really crack down on it. But we've got part 2 of our investigation coming your way, in which we show you how in several parts of Uttar Pradesh, again, there are different versions of ghee being made. You've got another person manufacturing completely adulterated ghee, selling it as pure ghee and saying that this is only for temple pujas.
Lighting a ghee lamp has great significance for most Indians. Be it Navratri, Diwali or any other religious occasion, the ghee lamp is a must in Hindu homes. But today we are going to tell you why your ghee lamps keep going off again and again. Meet Mehul Khandelwal, who owns a factory in Hathras that makes puja samagri. Listen to him and you will realize why your ghee lamp may not have any trace of the real ghee at all.
अच्छा ये अपने ही ब्रांड है.
अपने ब्रांड है, सब जो भी दिखाएंगे अपने ब्रांड है. 16-17 ब्रांड है. हाँ 16-17 ब्रांड है. हाँ.
You heard Mr. Khandelwal claim that he can supply different varieties of ghee used in puja and that he does not sell any duplicate product. But when you see the items on display before him, you will understand his business model.
क्वालिटी मीडियम में बताऊँ ना, इतना खराब होना चाहिए.
अब सर पूजा घी कैसा चाहिए होते
बहुत वैरायटी आती है.
You can see how Mr. Khandelwal has cleverly branded and packaged his puja ghee in similar sounding packagings of reputed brands. For example, his Govardhan brand sounds very similar to the well-known Govardhan cow ghee, a slight difference in spelling.
ये अग्नि है, गोवर्धन है, ये माधवन हो गया. ज्यादा क्या बिक रहा है?
वो ब्रजराज से
गोवर्धन
सबसे ज्यादा.
And when we asked him about the ingredients used in his puja samagri, this is what he said.
घी का बना हुआ है, घी थोड़ा वो है कि नहीं? टोटली फाइन और ये है इसमें.
अल्ट्रा रिफाइंड है, मैं तो केवल.
अरे मोटा
ऐसी बातें कर रहा बेचते हो, फिर ऐसी बात कुछ है.
मैं जानकारी के लिए पूछ रहा हूँ. भाई लोग बताते हैं कि भाई हम इसमें घी भी देसी घी मिलाते हैं, झूठ बोलते हैं। हाँ, 180 रुपए में मैं आपको डाल के दूंगा।
So here is the catch. Mr. Khandelwal claims he is not selling ghee at all, nor does he print the word ghee on his products. According to him, all of it is just puja material.
पर कहीं घी लिखा हुआ नहीं सर भाई साहब, घी नहीं तो चला। बच्चे ऐसी बात है, क्यों लिखूंगा घी? नहीं तो ग्राहक तो घी मांगे ना, घी लिखा होना चाहिए। हब्दिया लिखा हुआ है, हवन करने की चीज। हब्दिया लिखा हुआ है, हवन करने की चीज। हाँ, हब्दिया लिखा है। घी बेच ही नहीं रहा हूँ मैं।
In Mr. Khandelwal's words, all his 16 to 17 ghee products fall under the category of puja samagri. The customer will ask for puja wala ghee. Mr. Khandelwal will sell him puja samagri. He does not use the word ghee. And there, you have a profitable business model riding on people's trust in the word ghee. With Abhishek Kumar, Bureau Report, India Today.
I'm sure all of you are wondering, how do you tell the difference? How do you know whether the ghee you're buying is real or fake? I've got with me 2 cartons and they look exactly the same. One is real, one is fake. And let me explain to you how I know that this one's real and this one's fake. I'll explain to you the difference. You look first at the top. Now it's a Tetra Pak. So you can see clearly that it's got that Tetra Pak build here where you've got the extra carton bit. Here there's nothing, it's just sealed on top. So that's one difference to find out which is real versus fake. Besides that, the packaging is exactly the same. But if I hold it in my hand, I know the difference. You can feel that this is rather thin, clearly substandard quality that's been used to make the cover itself. This is thicker. So when you pick up your packet of ghee, even if it is a reputed brand, look for the packaging. Look, because clearly, while you see it, it looks exactly the same. Feel it too, and you'll see that there's a difference in the Tetra Pak. Let me tell you now about the comment that's coming from Amul's managing director, who clarified that these packets which were seized, adulterated ghee that was seized from Uttar Pradesh, doesn't belong to Amul.
उत्तर प्रदेश हाथरस में जो डुप्लीकेट घी पकड़ा गया वो पैकिंग अमूल का है ही नहीं। अमूल ने इस तरह के रिफिल पैक में दूध घी पैक करना पिछले 3 साल से बंद कर दिया है और एडल्ट्रेशन से ग्राहक सुरक्षित रहे उसके लिए हमने इस तरह की एसेप्टिक फिलिंग लाइंस वाले कार्टन पैकिंग में ही घी हम लोग पैक करते हैं जो बिल्कुल टेम्पर प्रूफ है, टेम्पर एविडेंट है। हम पुलिस और फूड सेफ्टी अथॉरिटीज़ के साथ मिलके योग्य जो कार्रवाई करनी है, एफआईआर दर्ज करवानी है और जो एक्शन लेना है वो हम ज़रूर लेते हैं।
So soon after India Today's expose, you've got the authorities cracking the whip. It's prompted raids in Hathras, which is the ghee manufacturing hub as well. So after India Today's report, eye-opening expose on how fake ghee is being sold in these reputed brand containers, you've got the UP Hathras DM, who's formed a 4-member probe panel. There have been raids against many of the sellers of fake ghee as well. Shreya Chatterjee is joining us with more details on this. Shreya, this is very, very grave. You know, it's a household commodity. All of us buy it. There's no way to tell which is real and which is fake unless you minutely look into the details of the packaging. But take us through what steps really the government has taken after our expose.
Well, you know, Akshita, it's actually a huge impact after an expose was done by our SIT reporter Abhishek Kumar. We are seeing the Hathras DM especially taking cognizance of it, and there has been a 4-member committee that's been followed. We also do know that raids were conducted and follow-up action has been taken. Now, there's also been a clarification that is coming in from Amul that you're suggesting as well, that these are clearly nothing to do with them. These refill packs, in fact, have also been discontinued by Amul. So how were these acquired and subsequently how did they actually went into the manufacturing process is something that the Hathras district administration along with the SP there will now be investigating.
All right, Shreya, thanks very much for joining us with those details. But let's also tell you about, what's really emerged from our expose and how there's been a clear timeline of multiple such incidents that's highlighted that there is adulterated ghee in the markets right now. Now, as far as the big revelations from this expose goes, first, as we've shown you, there's vegetable oil, refined oil that's being sold as ghee. And obviously, these sellers are doing it knowing full well that nobody knows the difference as long as it looks and feels like ghee in your cooking. The other big revelation that's come is that this fake ghee isn't sold separately. It's sold in cartons, mimicking some of the most popular brands like Amul, and then put out there in the market where nobody can really make out the difference. So this is very cleverly done by these sellers to ensure they can never actually get caught until we've exposed it here on India Today. These adulterated products are even sold to devotees for religious offerings. Remember, of course, the Tirupati Laddu controversy, but beyond that, in part 2 of our expose, we also showed you how brazenly it's being done and how it's being sold as Puja Wala ghee. And then very clearly that too is adulterated. And besides that, this is sold to devotees as well. This fake ghee is sold at significantly lower costs to consumers. So while of course at your stores it's sold at exactly the same price, it's when in fact these Hathras sellers are putting it across that people buy it to put out at their stores because it's much cheaper than the actual product, than the branded ghee, the pure ghee. These fake products avoid using the term ghee in labels. So they kind of try to skip the rules, the regulations, by minutely changing the wording and then get away with it again. And that's how they manage to sell all of this product, by going ahead and cheating the system, using the same packaging, going ahead and claiming that it's pure, but not necessarily using the word ghee. We're going to continue tracking the latest updates and the fallout of our expose. We hope that the authorities are watching this one. They've already begun a crackdown, but clearly the need of the hour is to ensure complete cleanup of the system.